kind of like jokingly, not really. No. I haven't seen any real like racism or anything.
Sometimes a teacher, like, we have like a whole bunch of people in my class, and so like they'll think there's like a whole different, like, there's like black people and like white people, I guess. I don't know, like different groups, and so the other people will be like really loud, and the teacher like always yells at them, but like never like at us, and so they'll think it's like racism. It's like just like them being like loud or something.
With the students, no. With the teachers, no. I find that most of the KHS students and staff very well integrated. A lot of these kids have gone to school together since they've been little kids, and I just don't see the racism with the kids here. I know that it probably does exist, but I have not personally seen it.
Okay.
Not at KHS, but outside of Kirkwood, yes.
I wouldn't say KHS as a whole is racist, but I would say that within KHS, the little things that people or things do, not necessarily intentionally, may insult someone of another race because of the color of their skin.
Kind of depends on your perspective of it. I don't think it's like overt racism, but I mean there's some disparity in I guess numbers academically that are definitely an issue.
I feel that we definitely, as a community and as a district, have a lot of issues with race. I'm not saying there's necessarily discrimination against one group or the other, but I think that there's a lot of, certainly a lot of emotion and yes, issues. It's fresh in my mind because we just had a development day on race here for all the staff for the district, and it certainly comes up over and over again over the years, and then really specifically this year that we only have one black full-time teacher at KHS, and that is an unbelievable number. Some schools in our district have done better with that, and we haven't.
I have been here 21 years, and I probably have seen incidents that people would consider racist or dealing with racism. I don't know if it has been any type of shutting down the school incident, but I've seen one-on-one small groups throughout my time. You know what, I think the most common one, people using inappropriate language, that some think that is okay to use, and it's offensive to either an individual and or a group of people. But thankfully, it's been addressed that I've seen. Not always necessarily by me, the principal. It could have been a teacher. It could have been, and one of the great things is it's been addressed by other students as well. But unfortunately, I mean, that's just one type that I've noticed.
Sometimes, mostly like at lunch and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like sometimes different races just like sit like in groups with each other at different places, and like it's not like that much like mixed.
I think there's certainly a lot of self-segregating, and that's a societal thing that happens. Is there some kind of I'm trying to say, I guess I'm trying to say, is there some sort of like systematic segregation? No, I don't think so. Though we do have the data that shows us that there's a gap in achievement.
Not at all. No type of segregation whatsoever.
It's not as much saying things as it is just how others act around other people. If somebody necessarily isn't from the same culture or background or ethnicity as you, sometimes you aren't as comfortable around them, which leads at times to possibly pushing others away from you without meaning to. And sometimes, even though they don't even know they're doing anything wrong, that can hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, in ways, because if you look at regular classroom populations as opposed to like Atlas, yeah, then there's some segregation.
But the most common one that really I still see is probably in the lunchroom. I mean, that's one example. Certain groups of students sit together, and they always sit together. I don't think anyone is being intentionally mean per se, but that's probably the most obvious is at that type of a group setting, lunch. And now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen at other places. That's one of the most obvious places that I see.
You can't control the way people think or feel, but I feel like the most important thing is to make sure you are not consciously making people feel bad or excluding people from what you do or how you feel or how you act at school. So two people should not like each other just even though they don't know who people are based off of a physical trait or a different background. It's more in the small things that people do than something KHS as a community can necessarily do. It's not like we can make new rules or anything to avoid that, because right now it's not like we are making an initiative to separate people, because we aren't. But just like the individuals in KHS can just have a brighter outlook and just look at people for who they are and not necessarily where they come from or what color their skin is, because that's not the point.
You know, people devote their whole careers to that, and it's not just us. It's a lot of places. But are there steps that we need to take? Yes. And I'm a huge believer in early childhood instruction, early childhood education, experiential learning at a very young age can make all the difference. As a district, we need early childhood education, and we need an emphasis on that, and that's where a lot of our money needs to go, and it doesn't.
Branch out. We've got to find ways to be able to talk to all people here, talk and have different friends and different times throughout the day that you're associating with all the people here. And again, people get busy, people do a lot of different things, but why? I mean, those are opportunities to broaden your friendships, the people you meet. There are times here at Kirkwood High School, because there's 1,800 kids, that people don't see each other for days during the school day. Make new friends, make new acquaintances, learn something new about somebody you don't know. You know, that's going to make everybody better. Everybody is different. There's no two people the same. You know what? You need to show respect to everybody. Doesn't matter. We're here together. I think it's a great school. I think we can get better. But one way of getting better is making sure we respect everybody who is here.